What's going on, everyone? Badger here. Make sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. So, I just watched Dune 2, just got back about 20 minutes ago. Had a little bit of time to think about it. So, let's get the big stuff out of the way. Yes, it is good. It is that good. I enjoyed myself start to finish. All the story elements followed all the way through, all the character elements followed all the way through. All the acting was good. No, it's not woke. Gary might say there's intersectional feminism, but I don't agree. I guess that now you need definitions. A woman beating a man doesn't make something woke. Depending on who you ask, it makes it intersectional, but not if there's a reason given. All the women here that do cool things all have reasons. They all have training. It all makes sense in the story. There's no preachy ideology. I mean, a lot of the whole movie is about fundamentalism and religious ideology and that stuff, sort of things, but there's no modern or current daying. No, I'm not going to use the the as gif. There's no modern or current daying. It is a good movie with just traditional storytelling themes and elements. And also, I should say, I am a complete normie on Dune. So this review is strictly based on Dune Part 1 that I watched last night. I mean, I've watched it before, but I watched it again last night, and now this Dune Part 2 review. So this movie starts just like 10 minutes after the end of the last one. Paul has just joined the Fremen with his mother, Lady Jessica, played by Rebecca Ferguson. Much of the first part, and I'm not going to get into spoilers, and I'm not going to go beat by story beat. I'll say much of the first part of the movie is Paul learning to become one with the Fremen, and then the Fremen, those free people, they sort of split into two groups. Those that think Paul's the Messiah, because of course the Bene Gesserit has been setting up the fact that he's the one from the outer world that will lead them to blah, 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 blah. And then the ones that don't believe he's the Messiah and they think that they need to save themselves. So, and they're very much represented by his girlfriend, for lack of a better term, the Chani character played by Zendaya. And again, all respect to Gary from Nerdrotic, bro, what the fuck are you talking about when he said that she is like, has no range as an actress and it was no different than her character in MCU, basically. Is like her character is entirely different. She had a great run through this movie, great acting scenes, and bro, you gotta take her out of that box you put her in. She's a decent actress in this. I get it if you don't find her attractive, you think she looks like a kid. Okay, she was good in this. She had range. So much of the first part is that Shani likes and believes in Paul, but as a person, and she thinks that her people, the Fremen, need to save themselves. That no Messiah. And it is the Bene Gesserit came up with the whole thing, or did they, to help control people. The problem with that is Paul is sort of the Messiah. And even though he himself and everyone, that's the whole real part of this, is everyone spends most of the movie denying that he is, or at least half of them. While the more and more he tries to prove that he's just one of them and he's not the Messiah, the more he starts proving himself that, oh shit, he's the Messiah. He does a bunch of really cool things. I'm not going to spoil that. The middle part of the movie is more about their actual war against the Harkonnens and driving them off of Arrakis, or attacking the city proper. And this is where you really start to see Paul take control of essentially everything. And then right at the very end, the last part of that is the confrontation with the Emperor. And all of that goes over really well. When it ended, it is a full, complete, from the part 1 movie to this, that is full. That is the Dune book. But boy, I can't wait for that. They're going to do a third part. They're going to do the Dune Messiah book, I've heard. And that's going to be really good. Like I said, it's not woke. All the characters are better and fleshed out. The world is more fleshed. Pardon me. The world is more fleshed out. From the Harkonnens, you get to see their planet, and you sort of see why everyone is super white with their hair all shaved off. They have some sort of black sun, which that's not a racial joke. Their sun is literally black, so it's obviously a different life cycle, either before or after. I'm gonna have to go, probably should have Wikipedia that, but that's fine. I'll look that up. But it really goes to show you the different houses, at least some of them. I should start that Florence Pugh. She opens the movie with some narration. She plays the Emperor's daughter, and of course the Emperor, played by Christopher Walken, who, yeah, he does a little bit of more cowbell. I need some more spice in my Dunes. But it works. It works as an Emperor. Paul, I'd say this about Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, he's a twinky little wafy little dude, but boy, does he have some fucking acting chops. He pulls it together. There he is right there. He's addressing, I had this up just so you don't have to look at my ugly face. Talk about Austin Butlin's character. I don't want to get copyright claimed. Austin Butlin's character, he's really good. He plays the Baron Harkonnen, Baron's nephew. long, weird name that I don't remember and don't want to look up. He's really cool. He's basically the next in line to take over the House of Harkonnen, and he basically gets put in charge of the Dave Bautista role. He gets put in charge of pushing back the Fremen, who have essentially do sort of win, but really cool fight scenes. There's a fight scene in the middle, and there's a fight scene at the end with him that I could tell all the fight scene breakdown people are going to go nuts for, slow motion. He does his job very well. Remember, this role was originally played by Sting in the David Lynch version. And I will say I did watch the David Lynch version originally. This is way more coherent than any other adaptations. Look, go see it in a movie theater. Go see it in a movie theater. It sounded great. It looked great. I didn't see it in IMAX, but I saw it in Cinemark XD, which is like their extra large screens. And the seats were vibrating with really good moments when, either the sandworms or war scenes, artillery strikes. Everyone did their job. I want more. I really have no complaints. It was almost 3 hours, and it probably could have been longer, and I wouldn't have said a goddamn thing. This is definitely going to be fun to watch over and over again. Again, Javier Bardem is Stilgar. Way better in this one because he's got more to work with. Very funny character, sort of his mentor. He's the believer. He's the champion of him. Very much a Morpheus to Timothée Chalamet's Neo. Just obviously there's a lot of chosen one parables here. Jesus Christ, Anakin, Neo, pick your chosen one. That's sort of the vibes that go. Obviously his mother, and then that's the other big one. I don't remember this plot thread in the first part, but they make it very clear that his mother, Lady Jessica, is pregnant with the child of his father. That happened before he was killed, obviously. So, and the mother speaks to her telepathically, and the sister's a believer in Paul. So yeah, it gets a little weird. And then I think it flashes to Anna Taylor-Joy in the future playing Paul's sister now. I'm here for it. Badger recommends, go watch it. It's totally worth it. If I got a homie that hasn't seen it, guess what? I'm going to go try and watch it with him, and I might on my own go watch it again, just because there's a lot to absorb here, and it's worthy. And, not for nothing, we never got Thanos versus Drax like we should have, like was in the comics. But we do get Josh Brolin versus Dave Bautista in a well-earned rematch. Gurney, played by Josh Brolin. So I guess that's a spoiler if you didn't know. He survives. He's in it. Very good role. Again, everyone that was in the first one that was in this one is better. Much better. Rebecca Ferguson as his mother, Lady Jessica. She's got some real meat of story to chew on. Timothée Chalamet, great. Zendaya, great. Javier Bardem, great. And all the Fremen, all the story, everything. Overall, I give it a 9 out of 10. A 9 screaming badgers out of 10. I just made that up. I don't have a rating system consisting of badgers, but I guess I do now. So 9 screaming badgers out of 10. There it is. Go see it. If you saw it, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm actually going to be with Erwin from Nerd Wars. We will be doing Nerd Rage, our show, at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're watching this, check it right now. Oh, we might be on, and you can see our a little bit more nuanced and hour-long discussion about that. But otherwise, what are you doing? Go watch Dune. Go watch Dune. I just had these up. Let's say if there's any more. Yeah, there you go. Javier Bardem, great. Go watch Dune. It's beautiful. Timothée Chalamet, I don't know, bro. Yeah, you probably need to put on about 20 pounds of muscle, but I'll tell you, you got about 20 pounds of muscle in your heart and acting skills. And even the fight scenes, I will say this, even though he's a skinny little dude, you would think, oh, someone could just beat the shit out of him. He pulled off the fight scenes too. He must have had a really good stunt double, or just he learned his shit. Because even in the fight scenes, it's no different when you have a smaller woman beating a man. When you have a smaller dude fighting a more muscular dude, you got to sell that too. You got to have a reason for why he's winning. It can't just be skill alone, because mass matters, right? He fights a bigger dude and he wins, and he fights a couple of bigger dudes and he wins. Go watch Dune, I guess is what I'm saying. And if you think it's woke, if you think it's intersectional feminism, well, we got to have a fucking talk, because it wasn't. It wasn't. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and sub if you've done that. Thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And, well,
bye.